Hi guys, Tia here. So today I'm gonna show you how to edit using my Lightroom presets, and hopefully you will buy them. For you to check out the presets, please click the link below. So let's not waste any time, let's get started. Okay guys, so let's get started. So I'm gonna choose this picture first, and I'm gonna go over to this part of the screen to check out how the picture looks with my presets. So as you can see, the colors are changing every time I drag the arrow, and this is where I'm gonna figure out what looks best or what makes my picture look the best. So I think I'm gonna go with this one because I like how the light is glowing here, and I just like the overall feel of this one. So to play around with this, so of course the temperature, I don't really use this as much. For the exposure, I think we're good with this one, and for the contrast, I think I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit. And the highlights are maxed out to like the lowest level, so I think that's good also. And I think if I want to emphasize my blacks, I'm just gonna move it a little bit so you can see that it gets darker, it gets lighter. So I'm just gonna bring it down a bit. And then the clarity is up by 15, so I think I'm good with that. And for the vibrance, so you see what it does. So I don't want to go too crazy, so I'm just gonna bring it up to like 17. And for the tone curve, if you're not sure what it does, you can just play around with this, but eventually this is what it ends up looking like. So I think I'm just gonna bring it down a bit more. Oh, there. And I'm gonna bring this up just a little bit. So you can just play around with this whole tab right here. But for me, I think if you get my presets, then I think just one click, and then it does the trick for you already. Like, you don't really need to play as much with the tabs here on the right. So let's go to the next picture, which is this one. So let's go to the navigator tab again, and we can just play around with these colors. There you go. So this filter is more, gives off like a really faded and calm look. The jungle gives off like, it makes the greens a little more yellow. So I think I used Pacific Palms for this one just because I like how bright it makes the whole thing. And usually for this kind of picture, I just go directly to the color tab. Where is it? Here. So I click the greens, and I just look for what colors are present in the picture, and I adjust it. So if I adjust the saturation, you see what the greens look like. And if I bring it up, it gets so crazy. So be careful to just move it little by little. So I think I'm good with just this. And then the luminance, so that's what it does. And I think this is what's good about Lightroom, because you can selectively adjust your colors. There's not much blues in this picture, but I think I'm just gonna darken it a bit so the sky is not too white. And I'm gonna move it over to this turquoise part. And it didn't really do anything, so I'm just gonna move to this darker blue right here. And I'm gonna adjust the luminance again. And once I adjust the luminance, I also tend to bring down the saturation a bit. And then move it over to the turquoise side. And I think I'm good with that picture already. So we can move to the sunset ones. So this one is a picture that we took during sunset, but I think everyone on Instagram actually really likes the super pink sunsets with the yellow tones. So this is why we have this filter over here. So this is one of my favorite filters, and for this picture I'm gonna teach you how to use this adjustment brush. So we're gonna go over to the right side again, and we're just gonna increase the brush size just so you don't have to work too hard. And you can just select the sand over here. That's what I usually do. You can also apply that to like the clouds or any other picture that you want to selectively edit. And so for this, I think I want the sand to be a little more yellow. So I'm just gonna move the temperature there and play with the exposure and the contrast. So I think if I'm gonna bring it up a bit, I'm gonna bring the contrast down. And if you want to play with the colors of, okay, so we're gonna click done first. Now if you want to play with the colors of the pinks and the violet hues in this picture, so we just go to color again, and you can adjust the saturation. So you can see the pinks getting more vibrant. And then I think I want to bring down the luminance a bit just so it shows. And I'm gonna put that over to this side. This picture, this tab right here, it just crops your picture, so you can also move it a bit just to straighten. And then what's good about this is you can also choose to crop it for Instagram, so it's already ready, so you can do that. And there you go. And okay, so I think we're gonna edit this. Okay, so next picture we're gonna go with this. So we're gonna go to the navigator bar again, and we're gonna check which look we want for a picture. I actually like this one, but I'll just go with this heavenly one. What I like about this filter is it actually gives it like a vintage kind of feel. So I don't really like to adjust much once I've applied the filter, but for this I think we can play with the shadows or the whites and the blacks. So this is what happens if I increase my whites. So let's not go too crazy there and just put it to like 20. And for the blacks, I think I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. And then you can honestly just post this as it is, but I'm just gonna show you like what you can do to play around with this kind of filter. So we're gonna go to the color tab again, and then so you can see that the picture is all blue mostly. Well, so we can just play with the saturation there. I'm gonna bring it up a bit again, and I'm gonna bring this hue to the turquoise side or to the teal side, and I think I'm good with that. Okay, so for the next photo, we're gonna edit this picture that I took in Bali. So I think I'm gonna use this one. So I don't really need to edit this as much, but like I said, you can just play around with a couple of things here. So let's play around with the brush again. We can select this part of the sky and just so if you double click this effect button, it restarts all the adjustments. So I like to edit with the original colors, but then let's bring down the exposure a bit just to emphasize the clouds, and we can bring the highlight down a bit and the shadows up just so it doesn't look too gloomy. And I think that's it. So one more filter that I'm gonna show you guys is the city creams. So for this one, it's good for city shots, outfit shots, for when you're in a cafe or just posing beside a wall. You can apply this one, and it just kind of brightens the brown and orange tones, and just illuminates the whole picture, I guess. So I like using it and just playing around with the highlights and the shadows, since I don't think I need to adjust it as much. And you can bring down the whites according to your preference, but basically that's it. It's so easy to use. And wait, last one. Okay, this is one of my favorite filters. I've been using it so much on my feed actually. So this is the original shot that we took in Siargao, and if you apply the Caribbean Cool filter, it just gives it that kind of blue that I really want right now. So if you see the before and the after picture of what it looks like, I think it's really a big difference. But you know, like, I think it's also in the little details. So you can see that my blue is not too exaggerated, but at the same time it just has that sense of well, I just like the color. So I think that's it. You can just play around with all the filters, the 10 filters that we've curated for you. So I can show you some before and after pictures of other filters. So this is the Tulum Twig, and this is the Coron Calm. This is the before and the after. So it just lightens and illuminates and makes the whole picture look calmer. And basically those are all my 10 filters. I hope you like it, and if you have any more questions, just message me on Instagram at Tia Lacson.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot, and if you did, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or share it. Thanks guys, bye!